I'm probably gonna title this video like, is Quibi the future? It's not.
Probably. Maybe.
The answer's no. Bye.
Hey, have you heard of Quibi? Because apparently it's the future of entertainment. And like a fresh plate of hors d'oeuvres, Shelby and I decided to take a bit of a sampling of the content it has to offer. It's basically just a new streaming platform for your phone. So, what's its thing? It's gotta have a thing. Well, first, they're banking on big names to bring people in.
Oh my god! They got Sophie Turner!
Delightful.
Second, they focus on creating content that is designed to be consumed in little bite-sized bits. Because, you know, kids these days.
I'm bored. These need to be shorter.
I'm also bored. Genuinely, though.
Oh, I was joking.
They also do something that I think is weird. With every one of their shows, you have the option to either watch it in portrait mode or landscape.
Is this not blowing your mind? Why would you want to watch it like this?
I don't know, you're the one who held the phone vertically the first time.
I made an assumption.
As a filmmaker, I think this ruins a lot of the composition and makes everything look worse. But if you think it's cool, cool.
Does that bother you at all?
No.
Okay.
So I guess none of these gimmicks grab me, but if it's got great shows, then it's got great shows, right? So, okay, what do you got? Here is everything we watched in roughly worst to best. To be fair, Shelby and I looked at these shows pretty early on, and I know they've added a lot since we started watching, so it's probably totally different than what it was when we checked it out, so this is officially worthless. You can leave.
Murder House Flip!
This is the worst one, right?
No.
The fundamental premise of this one is it's like a true crime story, but told through the perspective of, we're going to talk to these people who are currently living in the house, which I think is an interesting approach to make, but the host really didn't grab me. The central thing of like, yep, this is the room.
So this is where all the murders took place. Correct. Oh boy.
Yeah, the hosts are kind of the generic B-tier HGTV. Could be hosting any HGTV show.
Really, you could have brought in any two people that host any other show, and they could have done the same thing.
It wouldn't have done anything different. Okay, look, like, every house, someone has died in it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that bad.
You want to look up who's died in our house?
No, I don't.
Why not? Survive.
Don't like it.
Uncomfy a bit.
It has some romanticism of mental disorders and also suicidal ideation triggers for anyone that might be an issue for, with some pretty explicit stuff. Also perpetuates the idea that if you're suicidal, you're asking for attention.
See, I could create a scene like last year's. Lots of blood, lots of drama. That was all for show. I didn't want to go. I wanted to be saved.
See, its presentation makes me want to rate it a little higher, even though I don't like the
Things aren't good
story.
just because they're well shot.
I know, but like, it's a complete package. So the first one we watched was Punk'd, and it's basically just
Pranks.
It's nothing new. Not my particular cup of tea. It's all celebrities, which doesn't do it for me. Not that I want to watch YouTuber on the street do it either.
Your girlfriend's a good kisser, bro.
Like, the big thing is like, oh, we got Chance the Rapper to do this, but he really didn't do anything.
It's not like he adds anything because he's Chance the Rapper.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Aside from his celebrity connections.
Well, and they didn't even give him anything to really do. As in, like, he's just giving instructions to the guy in the gorilla suit.
Yeah.
But he's not making jokes, really. He's not the one doing the pranks, exactly.
He's, like, orchestrating it, but he's not actively taking a role.
I would, like, if you told me that they didn't know who was gonna do this, and they planned this entire thing, and they're like, who can we get as a host? And they're like, Chance the Rapper. Okay, Chance is this is the premise. Sit down in the seat, give people directions.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't feel like his show.
Let's go. Not playing. Bro, her dog is lost. Like, that shit is next level. Gorilla, get out now! Yeah!
I don't care who it is. If anyone did anything to my dog like that. Out of my house. Flipped.
Not very good.
A drug cartel kidnaps 2 aspiring home renovation stars and forces them to remodel their mansions. That's
I
kind of
like that.
You want to watch that one?
Yeah, let's try it.
Okay.
But like the premises of the show is that they get kidnapped by a Mexican drug cartel. Do you get that from that first episode?
No, make that the cold open.
I'm gonna need you to turn in your tag.
Fine.
The real one.
Fine.
We're pulling the plug on Children of the Fire.
I wrote Children of the Fire specifically for these students.
I know, Jan.
Yeah, it should have been the cold open, but instead, episode 1 just ends with them being like, we should do a home design show. And boy, do I not particularly care about that.
I closed my eyes halfway through.
Excuse me? What?
I got sleepy.
You're the problem with this generation. I Promise was really good. Really good premise, really wholesome.
Really uplifting. All the kids are very sweet and charming.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it breaks any ground for being a new docuseries. You know, the presentation is very similar to every other docuseries that you've seen about a charitable organization.
For young kids, ages 7, 8, 9, 10, kids just want to know if we care about them. What's at stake? Their lives.
He seems very wonderful. Great beard.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Great beard.
That's your takeaway.
Shape of pasta. S tier.
S tier?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Man explores rural Italy talking to people that have been making pasta traditionally for their whole lives and is trying to keep pasta shapes alive. We've only seen one episode, but I want to watch all the rest of it as soon as we're done.
Okay, well, it means scratch. Scratching. Yeah, you scratch the pasta.
Interesting.
Thought he said crotch.
No, don't be disrespectful to the pasta man.
I want a version of this that's just ASMR version.
Yeah.
Because it's so good. Even when
Really good.
even when they're just doing B-roll of like the rain. The rain sounds great.
Really?
The host is delightful too.
Host is super delightful, super respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
These hands, this flower, this land, these people, this history. That's what it's all about.
Get this man a full show.
He has one.
No, but I want like really long episodes.
Yeah, that's my favorite out of everything we watched. Agreed?
Agreed.
Like I said before, there's a lot more shows on Quibi now, so for all I know, there could be ones that would blow my socks and dick right off, but we didn't see any of them in what we saw. When I first started looking at this, I felt a little bad for tearing apart this tiny little streaming service that's competing with Netflix and Disney+. Anything that can slow down the slow, not so slow takeover of Disney over the entire entertainment landscape, I am all for. But then I realized with the most basic of Google searches that, Quibi's just Disney and a bunch of other companies dressed up in a trench coat. So,